In class 7, today we are going to start a new chapter, that is chapter number 5, acids, bases and salts. So this is a part of chemistry. So chemistry is the study of matter and its properties, and matter is all around us. We know that anything that has mass and that occupies space, that is called matter. So matter is present all around us, and we interact with large number of substances in our day to day life. So all the substances, they have different properties. So here in this chapter we will study about two common types of substance, that is acid, base, and then how salts are prepared. So first of all we will discuss about the acids. So in our day to day life we are tasting different foodstuffs, like we are using lemon, tamarind, orange, tomato, curd and vinegar. So if you will notice, in all these foodstuffs there is something common in all of them, that is they all taste sour. So the sour taste of all the food items is due to the presence of a particular type of chemical, that is called acids in them. So all these food substance, they are having some acids, due to which they taste sour. So we can say that the all acids are sour in taste, or you can identify an object that it is having a acid by its taste, that these acids are sour in taste. We can say that all the acids are sour in taste. For example, you can take lemon contains citric acid, oranges are also having citric acid, tamarind is having tartaric acid, lactic acid is present in the curd, and oxalic acid is present in the tomatoes. In your book also these examples are given, you can learn them. So acids present in foods, these are naturally occurring acids and safe to taste. We are eating tomatoes, oranges, curd and all. So these are naturally occurring acids. The acids present in these food items, food stuffs, these are naturally occurring, that is why they are safe to use. So there are some artificially made acids too, so that should not be tasted, as they can be harmful to our body. Which are artificially made, the acids which are artificially made, they can be harmful for our body, but which are naturally occurring, found in food items, these are safe to use. So according to the according to their source and properties, acids are also classified into different categories. So mineral acids, first is our mineral acid. Mineral acids means acids which are made from minerals, acids which are made from minerals and are very harmful for our body. These are called mineral acids, like hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid. These are mineral acids. So these are made from minerals. For example, we can take hydrochloric acid HCl, sulfuric acid H2SO4 and nitric acid HNO3. Next category is our organic acids. Organic acids means the naturally occurring acids. These are called organic acids. For example, like citric acid, acetic acid, tartaric acid. So these are organic acids. These are naturally occurring acids. So these naturally occurring acids, these are extracted from the living organisms. That is why they are called organic, because they are present or they are extracted from the living organisms. So natural occurring acids are also known as organic acids, which are extracted from the living organisms. Examples are carbon compounds, compounds of carbon or carbon compounds like citric acid, lactic acid, oxalic acid, tartaric acid, acetic acid. These are the examples of organic acids. Again, according to the properties, the acids are classified as strong acid and weak acid. Again, the classification is according to the strong and weak. So strong acid means the acid which is very reactive and shows acidic nature readily, that is called a strong acid. For example, like we can take hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid. These are strong acids. So these are known as strong acids because they react very fast. They are very reactive, they react very fast and they shows acidic nature readily. That is why these are known as strong acid. And weak acid means the acid which is less reactive and show less acidic behavior. For example, citric acid, carbonic acid, acetic acid, all these natural acids are weak acids. So here we can say that the strong acid means which is very reactive, and the weak acid means which is less reactive and show less acidic behavior. So strong acids are very reactive, weak acids are less reactive. All the mineral acids, mostly the mineral acids are the strong acids, and all the natural acids, acetic acids, carbonic acids and other natural acids, these all are weak acids. Again, there is a term you might have heard previously, concentrated acid and diluted acids. So there is also again differentiation is there, concentrated and dilute acid. So what do you mean by concentrated acid and dilute acid? Concentrated and dilute acid, that depends on the amount of water, because solution of an acid is always made in water. So when we are making a solution of an acid, it is always made in water. The percentage of water in acid solution determines whether the acid is concentrated or it is dilute. So if an acid solution has less amount of water, that is called concentrated acid, and if an acid solution with high percentage of water, that is called dilute acid. Concentrated acid is very much reactive, very corrosive, to be handled very carefully. Dilute acids is not, in comparison to concentrated acids, not harmful, but concentrated acids are very harmful. They should be handled carefully, because in concentrated acid the acid solutions has less amount of water. In a simple way you can remember as concentrated acid means less water more acid, dilute acid means less acid more water. So an acidic solution is said to be concentrated if it has less percentage of water and more acid, then it is called concentrated acid. It is very reactive, very corrosive, and concentrated acid should be handled very carefully, because concentrated solutions of mineral acids, they can cause severe burns. If touched accidentally also, then it can cause severe burns. So when we are handling the concentrated acid, we should handle it very carefully. Dilute acid means acid solution with high amount of water and less acid. So here the percentage of water is high, so it is dilute acid. Here the percentage of water is less, so it is concentrated acids. And concentrated acids are very corrosive than the dilute acids. Dilute acids we can use in a general way, but concentrated acids, when you are using, you have to be very careful. You have to handle it very careful. So in generally in the lab we use very dilute solutions of acid. For very severe means very rare reactions we are using the concentrated acids, otherwise in the lab we use dilute solutions of the acids. So this is all about acids. Now we will see what are bases. Like acids, I had told you acids are sour in taste, so similarly bases are bitter in taste. Bases are also having a type of chemical which feels soapy when touched, and they are usually bitter in taste. So this is the common characteristics of bases. We can identify that they feel soapy or slippery when touched, and they are usually bitter in taste. So common examples we can take that we use in our daily life, that is baking soda and washing soda. Both are bases, both are bitter in taste, and both are soapy to touch. So common examples of bases that we use in our daily life, these are baking soda and washing soda. Like acids, bases are also classified according to their properties. So first of all, the first category is known as alkali. Alkali means a base which dissolves in water, that is called alkali. So base that dissolve in water, those are called alkali. Example we can take a sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide. And here important thing is, most of the bases are alkali, but all the alkalis are not bases. So here base which dissolves in water, that is called alkalis. For example, sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide. Now here also again according to the presence of the percentage of water, here also we can classify as this concentrated and dilute alkali, or strong and weak alkali. So first, if we will categorize them as strong base and weak base, so strong base means an alkali which is very reactive and corrosive, that is called strong base, and the base or alkali which is not very reactive, that is called weak base. So strong base are very reactive and corrosive. Example we can take as same sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide, these are strong bases. And weak base, like which is not very reactive, that is magnesium hydroxide, aluminium hydroxide, ammonium hydroxide, these are the example of weak bases. So strong base means the alkali which is very reactive, and corrosive. Weak base means the alkali which are not very reactive. So next is according to the percentage of water, we can classify them as concentrated and dilute alkali. So alkali solution with less amount of water, that is called concentrated. Like concentrated acid, when the percentage of water is less, that is called concentrated, and when the percentage of water is more, that time that is called dilute. So here similarly, when the percentage of water is less and alkali is more, that is called concentrated alkali, and when the percentage of water is more than the alkali, then that time that is called dilute alkali. So this is the category of the acids and bases. So next class we will discuss how acids and bases are tested. Till then you should learn the categories of the acid and base. So next class we will discuss more about acid and bases.